Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Juris Edge Academy. This presentation is in continuation of our last presentation, which we gave or which we presented on UGC NET examination. So, as we all know, the notification for UGC NET examination, which was to be held in December, is out now, and the examination would be conducted in the month of May. So, this presentation would be giving you insights of the official syllabus, dates, and everything you need to know to approach or to fill your application form for UGC NET examination December 2020, but yeah, like UGC NET 2021. So let's begin with the same. So this examination will be conducted in the month of May in different phases. As we all know, the examination of NET UGC is conducted on different phases for different field. As in, like for commerce student, it is for on a different date. For law student, it is on a different date. So respectively, these are the dates: 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 14th, and 17th of May. In all these different phases in the month of May, examination will be conducted. Online registration for the same already began on 2nd February, would be continued or will be open till 2nd of the March, and last date for your payment is 3rd March. End of the day like 11:50 p.m. Mode of the examination would be similar to the last mode, computer based test. So in this slide, I have given two official websites. One for the official website of NET UGC, where you can get all the insights as to what all documents are they required, what all other things which are needed for you to know or for you to have before filling your application form. And second one is for syllabus for each field respectively. So not only law, but anyone whosoever is watching this video can go to this website and look for their own respective field and the syllabus for the same by going to the second website I have mentioned here. So the NET UGC paper is divided into two sections. Paper 1, which is of 50 marks carrying 2 marks on each question, and paper 2, that is of 100 marks carrying again 2 marks on each question. So the overall exam is of 300 marks, out of which every year the cutoff shuffles as per the standard of the paper. So paper 1 is a general paper which is common along the students of all these streams, whichsoever it is, legal, art, science, or whatsoever. And 100 marks is subjective or limited to the stream you belong to. So if we say about the legal stream, so 100 marks would be for particularly all the legal question. 50 marks would be a general paper of which we will be discussing the syllabus accordingly. So in this presentation, I will be focusing and limiting to the discussion of syllabus of paper 1, followed by another presentation which I will be specifically dealing with just the legal syllabus of NET UGC. So here if we see, I have mentioned 5 units followed by another 5 units in next slide. So these 5 units are teaching aptitude, research aptitude, comprehension, communication, mathematical reasoning, and aptitude. So in teaching aptitude, if I give you the core is basically related to the classroom questions, like how do you approach the manner of the teaching. So general question among it ki, what is like what all the forms of the teachings are, what is the structure of teaching, like how do you approach teaching, if and then there are subjective or what should I say, conditional question on how to like manage the classroom affairs. So it's more or less a very subjective portion related to your teaching aptitude as to what all requirements are needed, because NET UGC is focused on a research come teaching based career. It focuses on what all aptitudes and what all are the procedures required in a classroom teaching, whether the teaching should be followed by practical methods or more theoretical methods. So it's more about a teacher's aptitude towards the teaching or a teacher's approach towards the teaching thing. The second is research aptitude. So we all in whatsoever field we belong, research is a core portion. So if I break down the research aptitude, it is mostly in the form of the methods of research, whether it's your doctrinal research or whether it's some other form of the research, what all are the requirements of the research. So that's more into research aptitude, as in how do you approach a research on a particular subject, what is the groove, what is the focus area, what is your hypothesis, so stages of research and how do you approach to your conclusion. So all those like coming to the very particular theory in this, it is mostly what are the forms of the research, like followed in general form of a nature across all the subject, and how do you approach to your hypothesis, your abstract and all such things. Comprehension is based on any subject, and then they would ask you to pick answers among, like, from the comprehension itself. Communication, again, it's followed in the same manner ki what are the modes of communication and such. Mathematical reasoning and aptitude, so generally as per the Indian standard, what the syllabus which is followed in mathematical reasoning and aptitude, I guess, is generally followed till class 10th, in like irrespective of the board you belong to. So it generally has your time, distance and speed question, simple interest and compound interest question, your profit loss question, and like questions of such nature which we generally have been acquainted to or which we have studied till our class 10. So that's the like overall structure for mathematic reasoning and aptitude. So coming to the syllabus continuation, logical reasoning, I hope everyone might have in the course of nature or the time is came across to these questions with or without any examination. So basically these are the questions related to your age difference, ki if someone is of this age now who and his father is of this age now, what would be his age after that period of time. Or syllogisms question, that all dogs are cat, all cats are horses, so ultimately all dogs are horses. So these are more or less into the nature of putting some sort of a reasoning, and one could easily approach to these questions. And I don't think so like it needs a lot of efforts, just some presence of mind to attempt such questions. The next is DI, that is your data interpretation, relating to your pie charts or graphical question mostly. Case of companies making this profit in this year, then what would be the profit in another year, or we have to compare the profit and bring out ki which was the most substantial. So basically we have to pick data and then interpret and then come to a conclusion. The next is information and communication technology, which is mostly related to your computer based knowledge. Based here, I don't mean based on the sense of your hard devices, based here as to what is the language of computer, zero bytes and like bytes and bits difference, what is like what are the output devices, what are the like, to the minimum basics, to some standard of knowledge we need to have for ICT. What is the mode of communication, how the data gets transferred, receiver, responder, and all such question comes under your unit 8. People development and environment is mainly related, more or less related to the environment development. If I tell in a core, it's more or less related to the ecosystem, ecology, environment, the like cycle of one's evolution, the basing of the entire habitation, types of animal, types of soil, types of atmosphere. So all such question comes under. So if I tell in a very precise manner, it's mostly related to our environmental based knowledge. And then there is a part of higher education system, like how the higher education system developed in India, what all are these stages, and what is the present scenario of higher education system. So this all is not, if I say, is not very much as to you have to be like keep in touch with everything. This all is very theoretical, and if one is approaching to some sort of book or any of the course material for paper 1, so this portion can easily be cracked with little sort of attention to the very basics in all these subjects. As from part 1 there would be only 50 question, but each question will carry 2 marks. So you need not to be like abundant, but you need to be precise. And if I suggest some good book, then yeah, there are very common guides for like for paper 1, that is Pearson or Truman. One can go to both of them and pick any one. whichsoever is like one is more suitable to the language and entire thing. Even solving the past year papers would help one to understand the overall pattern. So generally it is mentioned that from each unit there would be 2 questions, but it's not always the same. The question might be more or less, so you shouldn't fix yourself to the limited thing given on the official website. If you can see, or if you can get past your papers, then also you can get an idea that there's a shuffling of question, and questions are not just limited to per each unit. Also, Juris Edge Academy is presenting you a NET UGC Hive course for your biannual examination, that is in May and December 2021. This course will begin on 10th of February, and this course consists of all the components, starting from your online lectures to mock test to video analysis of past year question papers to insights of paper 1, about basically explanatory insights of paper 1, how to approach the same, and various other components. So if you want to gear up your NET preparation, please follow the link given below and do check our NET UGC Law Hive course. So if you see, we just have 3 months in our hand now, that is February, March and April, because we can't count May because our examination will already be commencing from 2nd of May and we don't know which phase we would be a part of. But yeah, in core we just have 3 months and there will be no better time for one to start preparing for their examination. And yes, one should be like start preparing, getting help of any sources, guides, online lectures and everything. So basically one should start preparing and taking serious the May deadline now. And yes, all the best for your examination. Thank you.